Previously on the LCS.
Evil Geniuses versus Gambit, the spot for Worlds.
You could just tell how much Alex has been through this year with Gambit.
He made like a game-making play. He flashed over the wall at Dragon and just went all in.
Look at Alex, triple kill for him.
Being able to qualify just meant the world to him.
I think I spent some years of my life there.
Lemon Dogs seemed like an incredibly strong team coming into the finals.
Fnatic have a very distinct play style, and they really brought it all together at the perfect time.
He had 400 minion kills in 32 minutes.
Will be Fnatic taking the victory here in the final? They're going to be going to Los Angeles as the #1 seed.
It was pretty much endless as far as the passion, and to see the growth from year over year, to see it at Gamescom, just showed us where we're going.
You measure the success of the sport and the esport in general by the amount of fans, and if that is what we use to measure the success of Gamescom by, they've done really well. LCS Regional Playoffs live from PAX Prime in Seattle. I'm Eefje Schok-Supporter, and after an incredible week at Gamescom that saw Fnatic take the European Championship, we're ready for another exciting week of LCS action here in North America. Now, over the next 3 days, one challenger team will earn their spot in the Spring Promotion Tournament. Plus, we'll crown the NA LCS's Summer Split champion. And we'll find out which 3 teams will be representing North America in the Season 3 World Championship. For now, let's send it over to Jat and Riv at the PAX Prime Interview Lounge.
Thank you very much, Sharks. What's up, everybody? I'm Riving Division III. Along with me is Joshua Jat Leesman, and this right here is where we'll be breaking down the biggest plays of this weekend's matches.
Plus, we'll have a chance to talk to some of the biggest names here in North America on this couch.
But for now, let's send it over to Kobe and Freak, who are on the desk to kick off our PAX Prime Time action.
Thank you very much, Riv. And this crowd is awesome. You guys are amazing. But I'm David Freak Turley, and alongside me is Sam, Kobe, Hart, and Kensler. And you just got back from calling shots over in Europe at Gamescom. How was that?
It was crowded, to say the least. There were 142 cosplayers on one day over there. Just a lot of very passionate fans.
And we've got a lot of passionate fans here, of course. So for you guys here at PAX, everyone at home, and those guys sneaking in some LCS at work, don't worry, we got you covered. Now get ready, because over the next 3 days, the top 6 teams in the North American LCS are going to battle for the Summer Split title and a spot at the Season 3 World Championship.
Plus, the top 4 North American amateur teams are going to face off for a spot in the Spring Promotion Tournament and a chance to win their way into the Season 4 of the LCS. But before we get into the action here at PAX, we've got to break down what happened over the weekend, last weekend I should say, at the European Regionals. So Fnatic beat Lemon Dogs to win their 2nd straight championship. They only lost 1 match at Gamescom on the way to that title, and their mid laner, Xpeke, walked away with the MVP honors. And of course, thanks to their championship performance, Xpeke and Fnatic earned the top European seed at the Season 3 World Championship. The Lemon Dogs, they snagged 2nd place. They got the 2nd spot there. And the 3rd and final berth came down to a battle between 2 of Europe's most storied franchises, Evil Geniuses and Gambit. EG came out strong, and they won the first match in a landslide. But Gambit bounced back and won 2 in a row to grab the final spot for the EU LCS at Worlds. But besides just the 3 European LCS berths, there was one other ticket to Worlds that got locked down at Gamescom, the international wildcard. So that was Lithuania's Gaming Gear, and they beat the favorites, Pain Gaming from Brazil, largely in part to their mid laner, Mazarin, with some amazing game-changing plays, basically. Yeah, his Orianna was pretty beast. I got to say, that man played amazingly. But now coming into this weekend's action, we actually know 3 of the 7 teams that will go from Asia. Najin Blacksword is the first of 3 Korean squads that will make their way to LA, while both teams from Southeast Asia have been decided as well. The Philippines Mineski beat the favored Singapore Sentinels, and yesterday, the Gamania Bears beat the Azubu Taipei Snipers. Yeah, so that means that 7 of the 14 teams in the Season 3 World Championship are locked in, and this weekend, we're going to find out which 3 North American teams are going to be joining them. Let's check out the playoff bracket, guys. The first quarterfinal match is going to be the number 3 seeded Team Solomid and the 6th seeded Counter Logic Gaming, while Curse and Team Dignitas face off in another best of 3 just after that. Waiting for the winners of those matches in the semifinals, thanks to their first round buys, are the 2nd seeded Vulcan and the number 1 seed Cloud9. And the winners of these semifinals earn a spot in the World Championship.
And they're going to move on to Sunday's finals, where they battle for the Summer Split title and a bye out of the group stage at Worlds. While the losers, they're going to fall into the third place match to fight for that last North American spot.
But to take it back a step, the losers of today's quarterfinal matches will have to face off in the new 5th place match. The victor gets a spot in Season 4 of the North American LCS, and the vanquished gets dropped into the Spring Promotion Tournament, where they'll have to battle for their LCS lives. And if you lose the promotion tournament, the death timers are months long before you can requalify.
And of course, the loser of that 5th place match could end up facing the winner of the Challenger Series games going on here at PAX Prime.
And we're down to the final 4 amateur teams. Today, New World Eclipse and Cognitive Gaming will face off in the first semifinal best-of-3 series. Then on Saturday, it'll be Complexity and To Be Determined. Yes, Freak, that is actually the name, not a typo.
All right, so then after we determine who the semifinals winners are going to be, those victors will meet in Sunday's finals, with the winner earning a spot in that spring promotion tournament.
And to keep up with all the postseason brackets, stats, VODs, simply go to lolesports.com.
Plus, you can also vote on who you think is going to win the North American LCS Regionals. Go to Schedule in the top right, click on the quarterfinals tab for today's games, and give a thumbs up on the teams you think are going to move on to the semifinals tomorrow.
Then after you pick today's winners, head over to Twitter and riddle me this. Which NA LCS Pro will have the most impact on the playoffs and why? We're at LOL Esports, and be sure to use the hashtag LCS. And today, we'll not only be reading our favorite answers on air, we'll be giving away some Logitech G602S gaming mice.
All right, guys, so we've got to take a short break, but when you return in just 3.5 minutes, it's time for our first Challenger semifinal showdown, New World Eclipse versus Cognitive Gaming. The North American LCS live from PAX Prime. We'll be right back. Don't halt F4.